how to stop caring about what society has to say, or how to stop caring and overthinking. So first of all, I'm just gonna say, automatically, if you have an ego, if you have a sort of fake illusion to yourself, a fake image that you have to prove somebody something, automatically leave that face. Ego basically means that you're impersonating a false image. You're implementing a false image into proving a sort of people wrong. So, why is ego bad? So, ego could be good or bad, right? So, the bad thing about ego is that it makes you care that you have to have a sense of credibility, a sense of validation by you proving someone wrong. The only good thing about ego is that you have this mindset that I need to fulfill this. If I don't fulfill this, I'm not gonna feel good in myself, right? But I feel like when it comes to ego, if you wanna grow and you want to become a better person and you want to become the best person you can be, ego is gonna give you this personality, this character that you already think that you're the best. You already think that you don't need nobody, you don't need this knowledge, you don't need the science of life to be best. And when it comes to that, when you have to be the student of life, you have to open yourself into new things, right? So how can I stop caring? Right? Release that ego. Automatically start releasing that personality of you trying to prove other people wrong. Because think about it like this. Let's say, for example, your friends, they're talking down on you, but you have a sense to prove them wrong. You're basically being controlled by what they're thinking of you. Because if it actually offends you, if it actually makes you like make a decision towards that problem, and you're acknowledging that problem, then you're making it bigger than it is, and you're basically not doing it for your own self-will. You're doing it in order for you to prove them wrong, right? So, how to stop caring? Number one is ego. Release that ego. Release that ego. Stop having an ego. Release that ego. Do it for yourself. Go to the gym for yourself. Work on your business for yourself. Get this car for yourself. Get all this clothes. Get all these shoes for yourself. Not for the people, for yourself, right? And when it comes into caring, whenever you're in your ego, it comes to a lot of ways. It comes in a lot of ways where you feel like this unfulfillment because these people don't agree that you're better than them, or you try to prove them wrong, and it just comes to a sense where you're not really you're not becoming who you want to be. It always leads to bad things because it's not yourself. You're doing it for the other people, right? So number one, release that ego. How can I release my ego? How can I be myself? Spend more time for yourself. Cut them off. Put more time into yourself. Like, go to the gym now. Start reading books. Ask yourself questions. Meditate. Be at the best state of mind. Don't be affected by other people. Stop overthinking. Stop thinking that you have to prove them wrong. You have to stop proving wrong. Right? So number two is we are all gonna die. We are all gonna die. Yep. We are all gonna die. I'm not saying this like literally or like just to be a smart ass. No. We are all gonna die someday, man. This is your life. Right now. Every second is passing. 1 second has passed. 2 minutes has passed. 5 minutes have passed. An hour has passed. What have you done? What have you done? Why is half of the day your emotions being attached to these false thoughts about yourself, because these people were telling you stuff. You overthink. You're creating a false illusion into a situation where you're thinking that this is gonna happen when you haven't even put yourself in a situation. We are all gonna die. Even if something bad happened to you, it's all gone. Because we already living in the moment. We live in the current moment. We don't live in the past. Stop living to the past. So start having that mindset that this is my life. I want to do what I want. I create my own thoughts. I create my own decisions. Because at the end of the day, this is my life. Right? This is my life. So, like I said, we're all gonna die, man. Whatever you want to do it. What is your purpose? What is the things that you want to do in life? If you want to go to a trip, go to a trip. If you want to talk to this girl, talk to her, bro. Who's stopping you? Yourself. So number 3 is stop creating false illusions. Stop creating false illusions. Stop creating false illusions. So what I mean by false illusions is that they're not even true. You're creating situations that you haven't even been on, or you're not even going through at the current moment. So I feel like when it comes to overthinking, we tend to always think of the worst outcome of that specific situation. Let's say, for example, I want to go to the supermarket, right? And then all of a sudden, I'm already, my mind is like, wow, what if they rob me? What if someone robs me while I'm grocery shopping? First of all, why am I even thinking about that? Second of all, why is me thinking about that gonna make me feel any better? Third of all, why would I put myself in that position? And fourth of all, it doesn't make sense because it hasn't come into reality. Why would I put myself in a situation that I'm not even in at the current moment? You see my perspective? Like I feel like when it comes to understanding that if you change that negative thought into now a positive thought, it will be much more beneficial for you, right? Think about it. Wouldn't it be better for you to start thinking positive instead of thinking negative? Obviously, right? Positive. No, I'm gonna go to this grocery shop and I'm gonna buy the best ingredients. I'm gonna buy the most healthiest ingredients in order for me to be much more healthy. Instead of me thinking, oh my gosh, like I have seen so much videos. Oh my gosh, I have seen so much like inappropriate videos of people robbing people in the groceries. I have seen a lot of robberies, and you start putting yourself in false situations that you haven't even put yourself into, which is so dumb, right? So automatically, man, stop creating false illusions. Even if you do have false illusions, create them or break them by creating new positive thoughts, right? And it's really simple, man. It's not really hard. If you have a negative thought right now, change it to positive perspective, right? So to number 4, have time for yourself. Have time for yourself. Oh, have time for yourself. You gotta at least balance your life. You gotta stop putting your time into social media. You gotta stop putting your time into friends that are not in any benefit for yourself. If your friends are always negative, you're gonna be the next negative person. Literally, right? So I feel like when it comes to putting time for yourself, I don't mean like put time for yourself like go out in the club. No, I mean like have time for yourself, meaning like start having your like full thoughts. Be yourself, like in a room where only yourself can only open your thoughts. You can go for a walk, you can meditate, you can lay down, but don't use your phone. while I'm talking about this, don't use your phone at all. Do this on your own. Because if you start using your phone, you're gonna go back into social media, and it breaks the point. It breaks the whole point about it, right? So you gotta have time for yourself. Balance out everything. You at least gotta have a day for yourself, bro. A lot of people are asking, why are you always the same? Why haven't you changed? Why are you always having the same thoughts? Because you never put time for yourself. You're always hanging around with people who give you wrong reasons to do stuff, and you don't even correlate with the same reason, right? You don't even know why you're doing it. You're just getting inspired like this. And it's a thing that humans have. Like I said, if you hang out with people who are negative, you're gonna be the next negative person. It just connects that lines, right? So when I feel like when I feel like about caring, I feel like you should only care about prioritizing things that are gonna benefit you. You should only care about your standards, your morals, your principles. Let's say, for example, I'll put in perspective. Instead of my caring energy going towards my thoughts, like, oh my gosh, I don't want to go to school because I don't want these people to like talk about me. I don't want to go to school because I have no shoe. Like, there's creating false illusions, right? I'm just talking about the past, like, just to give an example. But now, instead of you caring about the most small details, stop putting energy into stuff that don't even matter. Start putting energy into now the things that do matter. Start putting your caring energy. Okay, it's because I care now that if I don't make a video in one day, I'm gonna feel bad, or if you're like if you're a businessman, if I don't work in my business for like at least 4 hours in a day, I'm not gonna have the best day of my life. That's something that you should care of, because that's a standard. That's something that you have implemented into your routine, and if you don't do it, you're gonna feel bad eventually, right? So that's what I mean. You have to shift the energy behind caring, because at the end of the day, if it doesn't come out how you thought about it, because it's always like that. Even if you created a false situation, it never comes out like that, because you don't know the future, and it's not true. The future is not true. We only live in the present moment, right? So like I said, man, first of all, how to stop caring? Eliminate your ego. Start being yourself. The more you start being yourself, the more you will love yourself. Number 2, we're all gonna die. Don't think about dying, but what I mean is like a hypothetical, hypothetically, like, if I knew I was gonna die next week, what would I be doing? It's that type of answer, right? Stop creating false illusions. Why are you creating false illusions? We don't live in a cartoon show where you can create your own scenario. No, bro. We live in the present moment. We live by our own thoughts. Don't create the worst thoughts of it. Create the best thoughts of it, right? And have time for yourself. Having time for yourself. At least have a day in a week where you're just by yourself. You can maybe use social media for like an hour, but just for an hour, bro, like actually like focus on yourself, like put time into yourself. Read a book. Look at all these people. Read a book. I was gonna say look at all these people on YouTube, but don't look at social media, because if you look at YouTube, you're gonna be fed on by social media. But it all depends on how you correlate. At the end of the day, this is your life. But what I'm saying, you watch this video because you want to stop caring for stuff, and that's what I'm here for. I want you to stop caring about the things that shouldn't be in your caring energy. You can care about stuff, but don't care about stuff that doesn't matter at all. Words are just words. If someone calls you ugly and you actually get mad, it's because in your own thoughts, your own subconscious mind actually believes that, and you're gonna feed off from it, and you're actually gonna you're gonna feel a certain way because that's what you actually think. And when it comes to that, bro, You gotta love yourself. You just gotta love yourself, man. I know it's hard. I know, there's probably people going through a lot of stuff right now, but, if you are going through stuff, it is what it is. I always talk. I've been talking about this, I